Welcome back to our blind beer tasting series. Today's the second day of qualifiers. My wife's randomly selected 2 beers from my supply for today's test. As you can see, the cans are both fully covered and the beer is ready to go. Let's start with beer 1 first. I think this is a full strength beer. It's a very nice beer. You could definitely drink a few of these. It's a very light beer compared to this one. This one's quite nice and clear, and this one's very dark and ambery. I think that this may be either a Great Northern original or possibly a Carlton Dry. They would be my best guess. See if I can narrow it down. I think it's a Great Northern original. It's got a very full body. It's quite nice to drink. And it has got a higher alcohol content than what I think a dry should have. So I'm going to say that's a Great Northern original. And the colour looks about right for a Northern. They're usually a nice light beer. Let's move on to beer B. Beer B's a lot more amber. It's a lot darker. I didn't leave much of this one left, but it is a very dark colour compared to the first one. So, let's see what beer B tastes like. It went down the wrong way. It tastes good, it just went down the wrong way. It's got a bit of a smoky taste. It's not a beer I'm used to drinking that often. I'm definitely not used to the colour. I think this might be Carlton Draft. Carlton Draft usually I find a bit darker, and I haven't had draft for a long time. It could be a full strength Carlton Draft is my guess. Let's have another taste. It's a strong beer. I think they're both full strength beers. And I think B is Carlton Draft, full strength Carlton Draft. And I think A is full strength Great Northern. And it's a very light beer. Oh, that's a good angle. I'll see if I can do both of them. So A and B. Yeah, you can see how much darker B is. If someone gave me each of these beers, I would take beer A. It's a lot smoother. I don't think it's quite as alcoholic. It doesn't quite have the same kick to it. I think it's a lower percentage alcohol, but I think it's still a full strength beer. And it's quite a nice beer to drink. So let us reveal what our beer choices are today. So we'll do beer B first and see if it was the draft. I don't even know if this is beer B. Alright, so definitely had a Carlton Draft. Carlton Draft definitely was an option. And it was beer B. So we've correctly identified the beer and guessed it. And beer A. Ooh. I'm a bit disappointed in myself. This is beer A. It was actually Victoria Bitter, which is my favourite beer. I really enjoy VB. I'm surprised I didn't get the taste. I'm glad I chose it as the winner because I do like VB. It's my drink of choice. I'd buy slabs of this over anything else. So I'm glad I enjoyed it. But I'm a bit disappointed that I didn't pick it. It does taste very good. And we guessed that they were both full strength beers. I wonder what is the alcohol content. This is 1.4 standard drinks, which is 4.9%. And the draft is 1.4 standard drinks. And it is 4.6. So this one's actually the more alcoholic. So the VB is more alcoholic than the Carlton Draft according to the cans. The VB just must go down really smooth because it didn't taste as strong. The Carlton Draft has a very strong taste, but the VB has a very nice taste. So I chose VB as our winner, and I'm glad I did because I buy VB regularly. Thanks for joining me for today's beer tasting. We chose VB as our winner. I didn't guess it correctly, but it was the better beer. We did, however, guess beer B, which was Carlton Draft. I didn't quite enjoy it as much as beer A, which I'm glad because I do buy a lot of VB. I'm glad I enjoyed it without knowing what it was. I'm a bit disappointed that I didn't guess what it is. I'll see you next time for round 3.